You guys know what this means. Here on my Positive Wave Writer channel, it's about me expressing a little bit of the other side of me, and for those of you who are hanging out and chilling with me, super cool beans. But I couldn't get to sleep tonight because I got a sunburn today. I spent too much time putzing around outside. I was swimming and diving and just all outside, and I'm paying for it right now. So I got up and I turned on my system, and up comes Rick Beato. And he's got a title that says, "Nothing Lasts Forever." I automatically went, like, are we going to get clickbaited? I fell for it. I clicked. And, but needless to say, the good news is he's not going anywhere, but it's a great story about what that title really means. That's what makes Rick Rick. Rick is a great storyteller, super intelligent musically, at least you don't even have to second guess, not qualifications, but his enthusiasm to teach, to be that guy that he is to everybody on the internet and probably everybody he's been in contact with. Incredible, whether he was teaching at schools or local music school, as he said, for a few years, and then he ended up producing, and then was like, gee, what do I do next? And apparently in a conversation with his wife, I don't want to be doing this when I'm 60. And, well, his success comes from the super cool video of him and his son. And he's playing these just clustered chords, and his son is knocking out the notes in there. And it blew up from there. And we now have Rick Beato, who is a teacher. He's got a course. He must be on tour. I guess he's saying he does shows. I don't follow him, but I watch his videos every now and then if I find a subject matter intriguing. And apparently he's doing shows. Now, whether he's doing presentations or seminars or he's actually playing music, I don't know. But quite the career that has come out of his channel. And, my trajectory is very similar to his. I mean, totally different in its creative pathway. But my music career started actually in the late 70s, early 80s, in engineering, and then songwriting, and then my first job with production libraries in the late 80s, and then I continued just staying on that trajectory my whole life. I'm a composer for a living, and this is what I've done. Many different avenues: film, TV, libraries, you name it. I've written music for it. I already did it. It's great. But I also knew that there would be a shelf life for the kind of composer that I was. Funny thing is that because of the trajectory I took as a composer, I had what I would call the middle of the road success as a composer that actually lasted for much longer than I expected, which was because I really was in this to have a lot of fun. I made money. I was grateful to make money. I had thousands of tracks licensed around the world on TV and stuff like that, royalties coming in. It was never something for me. As you guys have heard in a couple videos I put on the main channel and one on this channel, it was never like the super desire to become a famous or successful composer. I was really happy with making enough money to pay all the bills and I can go surfing and continue my lifestyle. But I also knew that there was a shelf life to it. And in the last 10 years, I realized the change that was happening because of technology. The internet was huge. Stock music was replacing the power of traditional library music and licensing situations. And then because of the blowing up of YouTube and podcasting, and all these people needed, music and stuff like that, I saw the change happening. As a matter of fact, I saw the change happening where I actually opened up probably one of the very first stock music companies called Dollar Tracks in like 2006. And it immediately got bought up by a publisher. And they went, no, we're going to give you a bunch of money and don't do this. Fine, I don't care. I have to work for a couple of years because of this. But I realized that this life as a composer, I couldn't see myself doing it. I had no idea what I was going to do. And then what happened was in the last 7 or 8 years, I was getting less and less calls from the publishers. My royalties are going down. And I realized that younger composers are so good now, and of course they had the same energy I had 35, 40 years ago, and they're writing great music, and because of the plugins and the modules and their talents, I'm not saying that the plugins and the modules are doing the work, but their talents, and the new business model, I knew where I was going. I was going to set sail into the doldrums of like of like remembering, yes, I remember the days. This was so good when it used to be like this. But truth be told, the last couple of years, actually just a little bit before COVID, I was like, wow, I'm going to have to find some kind of pivot or something. And then one of the things that started happening was the stuff I was doing for the kids. I really fell in love being a hospital entertainer as a ventriloquist with the puppets and everything. And always it's a nonprofit thing for me, always. But I could never wrap my head around making money as a nonprofit entertainer. I never knew how that worked and whatever. But I did get support from great people like Terry Fader and Seymour Kazimierski out here and stuff like that. Money did come in to help me go around and get to the West Coast and go to hospitals. I didn't see a business model quite yet forming. And then all of a sudden COVID hit. When COVID hit, a matter of fact, I'm probably the last person to still have any reprise from COVID because I still can't get into the hospitals to do my things with the kids. And it's very difficult because I love doing that. I'm sure the way the universe usually works for me, I land on my feet. A lot of times something would have come of it, but nothing did. And then all of a sudden, you guys know the story about my main channel and my daughter, say, hey, why don't you go and do this? You used to do this to us when we were kids and teach us how to lean, kind of a little similar with Rick and his son, except Rick taught his son theory. I didn't teach my daughter's theory. And then hence the very first video, and then now the channel is what it is. And truth be told, now it has become an important part of my life because number one, I just enjoy doing what I'm doing, putting the spin on music that I do. I enjoy the, connecting with individuals and stuff in the comments and the great comments that, are like, wow, I didn't know, or I didn't realize to listen for that, or you gave me new meaning to a song I've been listening to for years. In the comments come, there's a shit ton of negative ones that come too, but in general, this has been a great experience. And, at the very beginning, people were buying me cups of coffee. That was like, wow, this is so badass. I actually had coffee sent to me by Death Wish, but they don't send me coffee anymore because I think I may have gotten too soft on the heavy metal thing, of which I did get pigeonholed. And then I had to go through a whole thing about what is this all about? I'm pigeonholed. I'm not. Should I say, all the stuff that happens when you do this? I don't know what I'm doing. I still don't feel I know what I'm doing. Which leads me out into this place. I think the only big difference between where Rick in this video, where he's talking, is he's got a wonderful new career based on this channel from a lifetime of doing what he's done. And then he's turning it into an educational platform. He's very personable and stuff. And so are other people that I love watching. Finn McKenty, Nick Nocturnal. The guy I've been watching more than others lately is Tank the Tech. I'm sorry, little Bobo here, especially since I have a little glass of courage running through me right now. I really like that. I like where he comes from as a roadie. Incredible way that he can talk about things. It's so interesting, and he's really super authentically a metal fan and stuff. Nick, what can you say about Nick? He's hilarious. He's great. Extremely musically talented. He's got a killer voice for radio, if there's such a thing as radio. I think it's Morse code now. And then you have Finn McKenty. I mean, it's a very small scope of people I listen to, but I don't spend a lot of time on the internet, each one of these guys have a very unique story to pull from. And here's my dilemma. My dilemma is, with my channel, I think I made a whopping $78 last month off of my non-copywritten content. So it could be my backing tracks or people watching my original music that I've done lately, and stuff like that, which is great. But, trying to figure out a way to, if I'm going to manifest this into a career, which that in turn means to make some money, I don't know that I have something really more to offer than what I do as a reaction person, which is leading me to believe that maybe the pivot that could be coming is one I don't see yet. And that's why I'm doing this video. I'm a little hot, I'm tired, it's nighttime, I'm having a little something before I take a nice cold shower so I can just cool myself down and probably get some sleep from the sunburn. But, and I think that's why I kind of put this out there, especially on this channel, was just because, it's a trip. Because when people say, well, you can teach. Well, no, I can't teach because I teach. The only way I would teach is through feeling and sound and hearing, not linear like Adam Neely or Rick Beato or all these people that have these courses out there. I can't teach you that way. I don't have the skill set for it. I I can show you what I do on drums, which I'm going to do coming up actually, because I have a lot of people that have said for my backing tracks, hey, can you show what your process is on the drums? I guess I can show you the process, but I can't teach you the feeling that I feel when I write these tracks. It's hard. Like, I don't know where that comes from myself. It's just a stream of musical consciousness that comes through here and out onto the keyboards, guitar, bass, whatever drums, and I do. So the only thing that I, am kind of pondering at this point is just, staying as positive as I always am, and notwithstanding this isn't a big thing for me. This is as rare as can be. It's just this one of the having these long nights like this. I just sit there going, I need a little. It's better than the PM Excedrin stuffs like that. I might as well have a little bit of something that tastes good. And but I think I don't know what the pivot is. That's the unique thing. The cool thing about the video Rick just did is it was a really nice little clickbaity title, but it was a great story behind it. I suggest you see it. But he is in his career, and here I am just going, maybe I should do this with the channel, or maybe I should just work at a shave ice place. I don't know, but I'll figure out something. But I did want to just kind of kick on the camera really quick and share it with this channel. The people that are on this Positive Wave Writer channel, I thank you for putting up with these rants, because that's what these are. It's just me sharing this. I don't feel that I want to put this on the main channel because I did get pigeonholed, and it's not. I'm not saying that people over there don't want to hear what I have to say about my life and stuff. But I'm having a little bit of an issue with the fact that, that's why I opened up that other channel, the World Music channel, is that, I so love this journey with rock, but sometimes it just happens. It's like a full moon, and then all of a sudden I get 60 or 70 comments within a 4-day period on how I've, faded from my path or my trajectory, and I don't even know what that means, because they're not specific. A lot of these people aren't specific about it, saying, I don't listen to you that much anymore. Every now and then I show up, you've really changed. I don't come back, check your channel. Or, sometimes I'm an inch from hitting the unsub. I really don't care about the numbers of the channel. It's just becoming a slave to comments and that kind of stuff, which we've talked about before in other videos and stuff. But anyhow, the positive thing is that I know I always land on my feet. I'll figure something else out. And maybe time will come. Here in Hawaii, the COVID, or around the country, the COVID things have all lifted. Maybe I'll be able to get back into the hospitals and do my thing and say aloha to, the main music channel, as far as being as aggressive as it putting, every day something out, maybe once a week or something. Who knows? What I do know is now I'm beginning to feel tired. I'm going to take a cold shower. I'm going to finish this. Jesus. Goes to show you I'm not a big drinker. Well, anyhow, whether you heard this while you're driving to work, or you're laughing on your cell phone while you're chilling out, or sitting on the rocking chair and mason jar on your porch sipping your whiskey or whatever, just thanks for hanging out. Just thought I'd share this with you. And I highly doubt Mr. Beato will see this, but Rick, thank you for that video. That actually really struck a chord with me. As a matter of fact, it was a B flat minor 7 diminished fifth add 9 over C. I don't even know what that was. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Aloha.